and this should propagate. So this should magically work. Let's test it. Ah, wow, that's not good. Huh. Okay, so there's another problem. Okay, so what happened here? Okay, so the other problem is that a lot of these nodes already have a column offset. They start with a column offset, but these keywords don't have it. So I need to steal it from from my child first. Wow, that's an incredibly bad hack. Have a call offset line node, so steal from child. This is incredibly hacky, but I think it's necessary. Will the child be... Child can't be anything else, right? So the child needs to be able to have it. So now let's test it on a, like, simplify this. The only keyword is X. Now notice how this thing could be itself a list. You know, you shouldn't do this because default parameter shouldn't be mutable, but let's say tuple. So notice how this side, it doesn't have to be a name, right? It can be anything. So this tuple, but this thing should have this child should have a line and column number. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna steal it and throw it into there. And then the rest of the code should work. So no.value. This is not very nice, but this should work. Oops. I think that should be good. And then we're gonna steal just another boilerplate attributes. Self.node.attributes. So I'm stealing attributes from my child. Those from child. Just put a warning. Seems like a super hack. Again, the problem is that this keyword doesn't have even a starting line or column number. Just this has a starting line column, but this keyword doesn't have it, so I just want to steal it from the child, so that the standard visitor will hopefully work. Okay, let's try it. Has no attribute node. That's self.node. I don't need self. I think this is right. I don't need self because it's just a node I pass in. Okay, this looks like it worked. Okay, look at this. So recall, what was the original test? The original test was this, right? Spam x equals 2, y equals 3. And lo and behold, the call does pick up spam x equals 2, y equals 3. And keywords, keyword 2, x. Yeah, so I mean, this doesn't look great, but at least this picked it up. So I'm pretty happy that this works. So now let's uncomment another test. Let's do even harder tests with regular and keyword arguments. So recall this is spam with some regular arguments and some keyword arguments, and let's see if this works. Let's narrow the screen a little bit. Okay, so did I update? Oh, did not save, huh? Let's save the file. Run it. That looks good. Covers both this and the keyword arguments. That looks great. And now let's move on. So all these work. So I just commented them all out, but these all work. Now let's do star args. Running it. Not implemented. Not surprising. Let's do the star arg. So let's paste this in. What does a star arg looks like? Spam star x. Star args is just one thing, so let's just push it up. Push this one up to here, and that should do the trick. Right, there's no weird keyword business. Okay, it's really important to have these ifs chained in the right order because we want to give priority arg since that's always at the end. Then second priority star args. The middle ones. So we need to really set the priorities straight. Okay, so if there are star args, then I just need to. I think I just need to. What is star args called? It's just called star args. And star args has this thing. We're going to assign it to star args dot end column. And again, I just have a 1. I added 1 because of the function call. And make sure I don't copy and paste it wrong. Okay, I think this is right. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same for K2 args. Again, there's a lot of copy and paste here that I might go clean up later, but I'm just going to copy Oops. In. Okay, so it says there's a KW-args. We're going to take the last thing of KW-args add 1. Do the star args. We're going to do the same thing for star args, and then keyword args, and then regular vanilla args. Okay. Run it. Star args not defined. Ugh. Global name. Sorry. This is actually no.star args. No.kwrgs. Right? Star args not defined. It's line 338. I'm getting tired. Star args. No.star args. No.kwrgs. Node.kwrgs. It's really important to have these tests. All right, lo and behold, how did this work? Perfect. So remember the test case is foo. The only thing that's not commented out is foo star x. Foo star x gets picked up perfectly. Good. And star args has an x. Perfect. So let's comment another test. KW-args with the star star y. And it runs. Good. Star star y. Now let's combine star and KW-args. This is enthralling. And it looks good. And finally, for the grand finale, all 4 kinds of args. Recall that. Let's get this going. We have regular arguments, keyword arguments, star args, KW-args. Arg0 keywords, which has this weird keyword node that we took care of, star args, and KW-args. So the only thing that really matters here is the KW-args, right? Because we know this is at the very end. And lo and behold, save the file. And it worked beautifully. So what happens if I push this with extra spaces? It shouldn't matter. All these extra spaces in the intermediate should not matter. Save it and run it. Good, but the only thing that does matter, which we could easily fix later, more robust solution, is there's extra spaces right there. All right, so we don't pick that up. But we assume people are saying and don't have much extra spaces. Okay, so this looks good. Let's uncomment all of these crazy tests, run our test once more, and just eyeball it, and then we'll just add it to the test suite. This looks good. I'm just going to eyeball it really fast. Here we go. Good, looks good. Looks good. Nested functions look good. Looks good. All right, so who thought function calls would be so fun? Okay, so what was the point of this again? It was so that we could get the for loops working. Test knowledge map, test for loops. There we go, right? The for range one. We want to get this one working. So remember it crashed before? And now beautifully it works because we now implemented function calls. There we go. And if this works, we know that this probably works too because it's just a nested function call. And this is really big, but yep, this works. It's beautiful when you fix certain tests and a bunch of other tests work too, right? So this works because it's a call to range lang test, which is itself a call to lang list. Let's do tuple unpacking. Should be good also because it doesn't matter what the left side is, it just matters what the right side is. So tuple unpacking, this is good. Tuple unpacking with no friends. Let's try that. Whoa. That's an attribute. Okay, fine. Let's not do this for this video, but there's a d dot here, and I've not implemented the dots. So let's save this for another day. Just for kicks, let's spread this in multiple lines, just to torture us a little bit, just to make sure this detects correctly. Multi-line test. And remember, this for should detect all the way up to the end of a known range. So there we go. Multiple lines. For / new line in / new line. Okay, this looks perfect. So I'm going to run the test one more time. The for loops failed, which is good because it changed. Failed means it actually changed from the regression before. So if I want a diff test, let's see how it failed. Bunch of extra stuff. Well, the code changed enough. I'm just going to trust it. I'm just going to trust that my eyeballing works. So tests, and then clobber means we're just going to update the tests. And let's run all. So good, we have all our tests working. Multi-line string has an error, but again, I don't care about that. So if I want to see the golden file, the expected test output, the golden output, I'm going to do for loops.golden. And notice how I have all these I have all these weird for loops. Weird case, remember these two have not been taken care of yet. And for elt in my list, this looks good. This looks good. For elt in range 5, this looks good. Yep, nested things. Enumerate, and finally this weird multi-line crazy thing. Okay, so I'm pretty happy now, and I should end right here. The next thing, again, I'm just going to keep on whittling down, is attribute accesses, d.iter items, because the dot is not implemented right now, but that will be for another day.